Have you ever walked into a Christmas party, skipped the booze, and immediately regretted that decision the moment someone hands you a glass of neon red holiday punch? Exactly. This year, mocktails aren't a side quest. They're front and center, and some of them are genuinely great. Others feel like sugar, pretending to be festive. Today, we're ranking 12 Christmas mocktails from worst to best, based on flavor, balance, holiday vibe, and one brutal test. Would you actually pour a second glass on purpose? Buckle up. The bottom of this list is festive chaos. Number 12, candy cane soda. This drink exists entirely for aesthetics. It looks incredible on Instagram. Sparkly glass, red and white swirl, crushed candy cane rim catching the light like a Hallmark movie freeze frame. And then you take a sip. Everything collapses. Candy cane soda tastes like toothpaste that made a terrible career pivot. The peppermint hits first, sharp and medicinal, immediately followed by carbonated sweetness that feels aggressive rather than refreshing. There's no middle, no softness, no warmth, just mint and sugar arguing loudly in your mouth while soda water watches. The biggest issue isn't that peppermint is bad, it's that peppermint is powerful and unforgiving. Without fat, bitterness, or acidity to anchor it, the flavor overwhelms everything else. The bubbles amplify the reminder that mint belongs in gum and desserts, not in something you're expected to sip repeatedly over conversation. People defend this drink by saying, "It's festive." And sure, so are blinking lights set to seizure mode. Festive doesn't mean enjoyable. This is a one-sip novelty that turns into a chore by sip 3. At a party, it gets abandoned, half full on side tables everywhere. Candy cane soda earns last place because it confuses decoration with drinkability. It looks like Christmas. It absolutely does not taste like something you want to finish. Number 11, Holiday Shirley Temple Remix. This one is familiar, comforting, and deeply unserious. Ginger ale, grenadine, maraschino cherries, maybe an orange slice if someone's feeling ambitious. It's the mocktail equivalent of showing up to a formal dinner in pajamas and insisting it's vintage. The first sip is pure nostalgia, sweet, fizzy, uncomplicated. The second sip reveals the problem. There's no balance. Grenadine dominates, coating your tongue with sticky cherry syrup, while the ginger ale fizz desperately tries to escape. By the third sip, it's no longer a drink. It's a memory you're reliving out of politeness. What holds this back is its refusal to evolve. This mocktail was designed for kids at weddings, not adults navigating December stress with dessert already on the way. It lacks acidity, bitterness, or any structure that signals maturity. Everything is rounded, soft, and sugary, like a drink that's been padded for safety. Yes, people smile when they see it. Yes, it disappears quickly from punch bowls. But that's because it's familiar, not because it's good. Familiarity does a lot of heavy lifting here. This ranks low because Christmas mocktails should feel intentional. The Holiday Shirley Temple feels like muscle memory, comforting but ultimately forgettable. Number 10, store-bought virgin eggnog. Eggnog is a holiday icon. Virgin eggnog, in theory, should be its cozy, family-friendly counterpart. In practice, the store-bought version often drinks like melted vanilla ice cream that's been left in the trunk too long. The texture is thick but strangely hollow. The sweetness hits fast and never lets go. Nutmeg and spice exist more as a rumor than a presence. Instead of warmth, you get heaviness. One glass feels like a commitment, 2 feels like a mistake. What makes this particularly disappointing is the expectation. Eggnog promises comfort, indulgence, and nostalgia, but the bottled version often leans on artificial vanilla notes and excessive sugar to compensate for missing depth. Without alcohol or proper spice balance, it loses its backbone and turns into holiday wallpaper paste. People still pour it out of tradition. They drink it because it's December, not because it's delicious. It's more ritual than pleasure. Virgin eggnog sits here because it isn't offensive. It's just exhausting. Christmas drinks should invite another sip. This one politely suggests you lie down instead. Number 9. Peppermint hot chocolate mocktail. This drink understands the assignment for about 5 minutes. The aroma alone sells it. Cocoa, mint, steam rising from the mug, instant coziness. The first sip is genuinely delightful. Rich chocolate, cooling peppermint, winter wrapped in a blanket. Then reality sets in. Peppermint hot chocolate is dessert pretending to be a beverage. The richness builds quickly, the sweetness stacks, and suddenly you're halfway through a mug wondering why your body feels like it's negotiating a ceasefire. It's indulgent to the point of self-sabotage. The issue isn't flavor, it's pacing. This mocktail is incredible in small doses, but punishing in social settings where drinks are meant to linger. The peppermint sharpens the chocolate at first, then overstays its welcome. By the end, every sip feels heavier than the last. It ranks higher than the bottom because it knows exactly what it is and executes it well. But Christmas parties aren't dessert-only environments. This drink demands full attention, silence, and probably a couch. Great moment, limited range. Number 8. Cranberry Sprite Party Punch. This is the most common Christmas mocktail in America, and that alone tells you everything you need to know. Cranberry juice, lemon lime soda, ice, maybe some floating citrus slices if someone's hosting seriously. It's refreshing, it's bright, it's inoffensive, and it is aggressively forgettable. The first sip feels crisp and pleasant. Tart cranberry meets sweetness, bubbles do their thing, and nothing goes wrong. The problem is that nothing goes right either. There's no progression, no surprise, no depth. It tastes exactly the same from the first sip to the last. At parties, this drink disappears quickly because it's easy. No one complains. No one remembers it either. It's background music in liquid form. Present, functional, emotionally invisible. Cranberry Sprite ranks here because it's reliable but uninspired. It works, it refreshes, it fills cups. But when you're ranking Christmas mocktails, fine doesn't crack the top half. If you're enjoying this list, hit like and subscribe. I'm ranking holiday drinks all season, including the ones people defend way too passionately. And drop a comment if your go-to mocktail already caught a stray. We're just getting started. Number 7. Virgin Hot Toddy. This drink feels like it was invented during a long December sigh. Tea, lemon, honey, gentle spice. No theatrics, no sparkle, just warmth and the quiet promise that things might be okay for the next 10 minutes. The Virgin Hot Toddy doesn't try to impress you. It tries to stabilize you. When done lazily, it's just hot lemon water pretending to be helpful. That's the version that drags this drink down the rankings. Too thin, too sharp, all comfort, no character. But when it's done with intention, real tea with tannins, honey instead of syrup, clove or cinnamon instead of vibes, it becomes something else entirely. What makes this mocktail climb out of the bottom tier is how it works emotionally. It slows the room down. While other drinks compete for attention, this one creates a pocket of calm. You don't chug it, you hover over it. You talk slower with it in your hands. It's the drink equivalent of sitting closer to the fireplace. That said, it's not a party stealer. It won't turn heads. It won't make anyone ask for the recipe across the room. This is a solo drink disguised as a social one. Perfect for cold nights, terrible for loud kitchens. The Virgin Hot Toddy lands here because it earns respect, not excitement. Comfort counts, but comfort alone doesn't push you into the upper ranks. Number 6. Spiced Apple Cider Stovetop. If Christmas had a default scent, this would be it. Apple cider gently simmering with cinnamon sticks, cloves, and citrus peel is an unbeatable atmospheric flex. People smell it before they see it, and that anticipation does half the work. Flavor-wise, spiced apple cider delivers familiarity with depth. The apple sweetness provides a sturdy base, while the spices layer warmth rather than sugar. When balanced properly, it feels rounded and cozy instead of syrupy. The best versions lean slightly tart, letting the spice carry the weight instead of piling on sweetness. Where cider stumbles is repetition. It's excellent for the first mug, satisfying for the second, and slightly monotonous by the third. The flavor doesn't evolve much. It's a straight line rather than a curve. Pleasant, dependable, predictable. Still, there's something powerful about a drink that doesn't need explaining. No one asks questions. No one hesitates. It belongs everywhere. From office parties to family kitchens, spice cider fits seamlessly, bridging generations without drama. This ranks solidly in the middle because it does its job extremely well without pushing boundaries. It's not trying to surprise you, it's trying to welcome you. And most of the time, that's enough. Number 5, Cranberry Mule. This is where the list turns a corner. The Cranberry Mule feels intentional. Ginger beer brings heat and bite, cranberry adds tartness, and lime pulls everything into focus. Suddenly, you're not drinking holiday juice. You're drinking something with posture. The ginger does the heavy lifting here. It gives the drink spine, that sharp snap at the back of the throat that reminds you this isn't designed for children. Cranberry keeps it seasonal without overwhelming the glass, and lime keeps everything awake. What really elevates this mocktail is texture. The bubbles are aggressive enough to feel refreshing, not decorative. Every sip resets your palate. It doesn't linger or fade. It clears the runway for the next bite of food, which makes it a quiet dinner party weapon. Visually, it helps too. Served in a copper mug or tall glass with cranberries floating like ornaments, it looks expensive without trying too hard. People assume effort even when the build is simple. The Cranberry Mule earns this spot because it balances accessibility with confidence. It doesn't apologize for being alcohol-free. It just works. Clean, sharp, festive, and endlessly drinkable. Number 4, Pomegranate Rosemary Fizz. This is the mocktail that makes people lean in. Deep ruby color, herbal aroma, tiny bubbles climbing the glass. Before anyone tastes it, they already believe it's good. And for once, belief matches reality. Pomegranate brings complexity that cranberry can't quite reach. It's tart, slightly bitter, and layered, giving the drink depth rather than brightness alone. Rosemary changes everything, not as a garnish, but as an aromatic anchor. It turns fruit into structure, juice into something deliberate. The sip evolves. First comes brightness, then a subtle, savory edge, then a dry finish that invites another round. Nothing shouts, nothing overstays. It feels composed, like someone thought this through instead of assembling it 5 minutes before guests arrived. This drink also understands restraint. It doesn't drown itself in sweetness. It trusts bitterness and aroma to do their jobs. That's rare in mocktails, especially holiday ones. It ranks just outside the podium because while it's elegant and memorable, it's not universal. Some people aren't ready for herbs in their glass. But for those who are, this is where mocktails stop feeling like substitutes and start feeling like choices. Number 3, Virgin Coquito. This is where mocktails stop pretending to be light refreshments and start leaning fully into indulgence. Virgin Coquito doesn't apologize for being rich. It embraces it. Coconut milk, creaminess, warming spice, and a texture that sits somewhere between drink and dessert, but in a way that feels intentional rather than excessive. What separates Coquito from the lower-ranked creamy drinks is control. When done right, it isn't cloying. Cinnamon and nutmeg bring structure. Vanilla adds roundness instead of sugar rush. The coconut provides body without the chalky heaviness that ruins so many holiday cream-based drinks. There's also cultural weight here. Coquito isn't just festive, it's meaningful. It shows up with confidence, usually carried in a reused glass bottle, offered proudly, and poured generously. It doesn't need garnish theatrics. The drink itself is the statement. Flavor-wise, it unfolds slowly. The first sip is soft and comforting. The second reveals spice. The third settles into a rhythm that makes you understand why people guard their recipes like family secrets. You don't rush this drink, you sit with it. The only thing holding Virgin Coquito back from the top tier is situational range. It's incredible at night, perfect after dinner, ideal when music slows down and conversations deepen. But it's not flexible. You wouldn't sip this all afternoon. You wouldn't pair it with everything on the table. Still, this earns its place near the top because it feels complete. Not a substitute, not a compromise. A full-bodied holiday experience in a glass. Number 2, NA French 75 Holiday Edition. This mocktail doesn't scream Christmas. It whispers celebration. Bubbles rise, citrus snaps, and suddenly the room feels lighter. The NA French 75 succeeds by doing something most mocktails fail at. It feels like a toast. The brilliance here is in restraint. Bright lemon provides lift without sourness. The non-alcoholic sparkling base adds elegance rather than sweetness. When finished with a subtle botanical or zero-proof spirit element, the drink gains dimension without trying to mimic alcohol directly. What makes this so effective is how it behaves socially. It fits in every hand. It looks right next to champagne flutes. It doesn't call attention to itself, which paradoxically makes it powerful. No one asks why you're drinking it. They assume celebration. Flavor-wise, it's clean and confident. No syrupy residue, no fatigue after a few sips. Each taste resets your palate, making it food-friendly and endlessly drinkable. This is the mocktail people refill without thinking. The holiday twist elevates it further. A rosemary sprig, orange peel, or hint of cranberry gives it seasonal relevance without weighing it down. It still sparkles. It still feels sharp. This ranks just below the top because it prioritizes elegance over depth. It's beautiful. It's balanced. But it doesn't linger emotionally the way the final drink does. Still, if you want something that feels premium without trying too hard, this is the quiet winner at most parties. Number 1, Spiced Cranberry Old Fashioned, 0 proof. This is the mocktail that changes minds. The one that makes skeptics pause mid-sip and reassess their entire personality. It doesn't chase sweetness. It doesn't lean on bubbles. It builds structure, aroma, and weight the way serious drinks do. Cranberry provides sharpness, but not the juice box kind. It's tempered, darker, more restrained. Warm spices bring depth. Orange peel adds brightness. A 0 proof bitter element ties everything together, creating a drink that feels deliberate from start to finish. What sets this apart is pacing. The flavors arrive in layers. First comes aroma, then brightness, then warmth, then a slightly dry finish that invites reflection rather than distraction. You don't rush this drink, you hold it, you think with it. Visually, it commands respect. Low glass, clear ice, minimal garnish. It signals maturity without being dull. This is the mocktail equivalent of a tailored coat instead of an ugly sweater. Most importantly, it understands the ritual of drinking. Stirring, waiting, sipping slowly. That ritual matters, especially during the holidays, when people want moments, not just flavors. This earns the top spot because it doesn't ask to be graded differently. It stands on its own terms. Balanced, complex, intentional. If there's one Christmas mocktail that proves alcohol isn't required for seriousness, it's this one. Christmas mocktails don't fail because they're alcohol-free. They fail when they're lazy. The best ones respect balance, texture, and mood, not just sugar and color. Whether you're skipping alcohol or just switching gears, the right drink still matters. Now tell me, what did I underrank, and which one secretly deserves number 1?